Oh, today we're going to identify transistors. This little guy, its part number is 2N2222, very popular device. The package that it is in is called a TO-92 package. That's what that looks like. These little guys are transistors as well. They're surface mount. Let's see if we can get a better look here. There we go. Oh, this is in they're happily residing in this piece of plastic with these holes in it. They're going to be going through a pick and place machine. Not that you need to know this. They'll go through a pick and place machine, and these little guys are going to get stuck down on the board and eventually soldered. This is another transistor. This casing here most likely is part of this lead, physically part of that lead. 3 leads in the transistor. This thing can be bolted down onto a metal surface and a little bit of heat sink compound put underneath it, and this thing can handle quite a bit of power going through it. There we go with a better example. Put a screw through that, bolt this down so it can dissipate its heat. The transistor itself is mounted right in here. And once again, most likely this lead is electrically connected to here. And it's got its 2N part number on there, easily identified. Here's another transistor. Again, there's a 2 over here, just trust me. 2N 2907A. And I don't know how well you can see it or not, but there's a tab sticking out off the side of the transistor. That marks the emitter lead. That's going to be the base lead, and that's going to be the collector lead. And that'll obviously be showing up in the data sheets when you go to look that up. Here's another power transistor that's surface mounted. And as we can see, remember that tab that I was telling you, the tab is usually physically connected, so you got electricity going all the way through it. Here it is, turned upside down. That tab goes all the way through. There's one of his cousins. That's a slightly different package. That tab definitely is connected here. Is one of the leads. This is an RF power transistor. This obviously you can see this, you had X-ray eyes, you'd notice that this piece of metal goes all the way through. That's one of the terminals on the transistor. They made the transistor and then they glued this ceramic piece on top. And just to give them names, I'm not entirely sure about this. That's the emitter, that's the collector, and that's the base lead. They marked the emitter lead. Now I'm guessing, don't hold me to this. I could be totally wrong about what lead is what here. Okay. But the heat sink properties are right along this big piece of metal, and you can bolt that down and dissipate heat into a larger piece of metal. This big guy is called the case size is called TO-3. This has been around for quite some time. Again, you can bolt it down, both ends. The case is the collector lead, and the base and emitter leads are tucked in underneath here. There's another variety of surface mount transistor. But this has its package marking on it. This is an illustration that's called SOT-23. That's, I don't know if you can see it down here, but that's what that size transistor is as well. There's very slight variations on that kind of package. These transistors are completely encapsulated in plastic. There's no tab for it to be in contact, no metal tab for it to be in contact with. There are applications where you don't want that tab exposed. When you go to put a screw through here, you don't have to have any extra isolation hardware, nylon washers and so forth, keeping this connector, this lead, from contacting any metal in there. This little guy, see, there's that tab again. Tab marks the emitter lead. The base lead is right here, and the case is the collector lead. And that will do it for a quick overview of looking at and identifying transistors.